Well,
I think we fixed it.
we're back.
We're back.
Welcome back, guys, to Dude Life TV, specifically Between Two Dudes. We like to sit you there, right between our topics. And hopefully you listen. Hopefully you like what's going on here. Last week we got into some trouble, didn't we? We got into our little backstories a little bit.
Talking
criminal
about your
backgrounds.
security guard stories.
Yeah. Well, we got all sorts of stories over here, so...
Yeah, there's plenty more.
Yeah.
That's the beauty.
And a lot of them we can't tell.
Yeah.
We can't tell a lot of these stories.
Really.
Tell that one about when you killed that guy.
I'd never killed a man, so I can't tell that story.
yeah.
Tell us about the time you allegedly killed a man.
I did almost kill a man once.
Oh, yeah.
A couple times.
I remember
actually, but I'm also not sharing those stories.
Yeah.
Because
I'm also not proud of shit like that.
No, I'm not.
I'd rather that memory just sit in my own head.
I've worked through that.
Yeah.
And I've been like, nah.
You made your peace.
I made my peace.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about like extremely violent memories.
Yeah.
But yeah, welcome back. We're back at it. We just got a workout in. It was leg day. Might put out a little teaser on what we did today. Maybe not.
Fitness.
Yeah,
Dude Life Fitness. I'm going to bring back my, I'm going to get recertified as a trainer just for this channel.
There we go.
Yeah. I owe Ace Fitness a lot of money, so I'm going to have to go through NASM now. Well, because I paid for one of their premium things where they shoot a bunch of, like, extra classes your way. But all of the extra classes were, like, stuff you already went over studying to be a trainer. So it was just, like, refresher stuff, so...
Didn't you do another certification for like Pilates or whatever it was?
Yeah, I did a Pilates, but that one was a Genesis certification, so I can't use it.
Oh, that's lame.
Right. Yeah, so
It's not a universal.
And it's probably expired now. Like,
how long
yeah,
do they last?
I don't know. Well, with the Genesis ones, like the only reason Genesis can do certifications is because one of like the real higher ups, like I think head of training altogether in Genesis. I can't remember his name, but he actually sits on the council for ACE. So he helps write like the textbooks for like ACE Fitness, which is pretty cool. But it's just, I don't know.
It's weird. That makes it even weirder that it's not universal.
Right. So with Genesis, because he's able to like do all of that, he's able to kind of just make these like bare bones certifications for Genesis. So I got a bare bones Pilates certification. I also had this one's a joke, but it's kind of funny, a certification with those massage guns.
Oh, yeah.
I had one of those. It was a Thera Gun certification, which if any of you are into fitness and know about the Thera Gun, that's like the first like most complex massage gun that and it's the most expensive.
Yeah, it looks like a vibrator.
It's really cool. You can adjust the stuff on it.
And you honestly don't need a certificate to fucking...
You don't, but there are helpful tips and tricks to know. There are. But pretty much, no, I was just ACE certified.
We should become like certified yoga instructors. Just become yogis. Say fuck it.
Yogi.
Honestly, I'd make a good yogi, I think.
You would.
I think I would make a good yogi.
You get really flexible and like just commit.
Yeah, and lean. The only thing is I just collect body fat so easily that like I'd be the fattest yoga instructor.
Yeah, you're not even fat. There's just no thick boys that do that.
There's not a lot of thickums.
No.
We
could start doing hot yoga. We'd fucking shred up.
Yeah, true.
Probably pass out a few times.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I do
Comes
that.
with the territory.
Well, like I'm used to it, you know? Like,
yeah.
I go to jiu-jitsu. You get choked out.
You
get
got
back.
unconscious yet? You refuse to tap?
No. I mean, there's been moments where I've been pretty close, but I tap. And I've been fully choked out before I did jiu-jitsu because I got an older brother.
Yeah.
And so I kind of know where that like line is.
It's not worth to not tap though. Like,
no, not
going unconscious is not.
Not in training. No. If you're like just rolling with somebody in class, like it's like I'm coming back tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know.
In competition though, it's like I either tap or I just get choked out. I'm gonna lose either way though.
Yeah. In competition, like if
you're trying to push your limits a little further.
You're trying to push your limits a little further. But it depends on the competition and how good you are. So, like, if you're a world-class martial artist, and you're making it to like the final rounds of like Worlds,
Yeah.
you're gonna try as hard as you can to get out of that choke, which sometimes means getting choked out.
Do you learn breathing techniques there? Or like just discuss it outside of class?
Not yet, not necessarily. Not in jiu-jitsu itself, I'm sure, because this is also an academy. So they do capoeira, they do Muay Thai, they do no-gi classes. It's a very diverse school. So they probably go over it in like other classes that they have, I would assume. But
Yeah, breath work's kind of a lot. Actually, just in everything. Really.
breath work is a lot. But more or less, like you just kind of learn how to breathe the longer you do it.
Yeah, just through
Because
practice.
when someone's on top of you that's like heavier than you and like they're just kind of dominating the game, you're not breathing much.
No.
Like if someone's on your rib cage, like putting pressure into your lungs, you're kind of holding breath, taking breaths when you can,
Reserving movements.
reserving movements. Definitely a lot of more leg work than you think. Like if you're on bottom, like you're constantly trying to get in between their legs so you can.
I actually used to do breath work for years, surprisingly enough. Swimming
It's-
all the time, just
Yeah.
underwater in one breath, see how many down and backs I could do.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like, because I mean, swimming takes like all of your muscles to do.
Yeah.
So actually, could hold my breath like a motherfucker
Same.
for a while. So
Same.
Actually paid off.
Now, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I can't go down and back. I can only go one down.
Probably. I haven't been in a pool since I lived in Lenexa.
Well, like, well, that's what I mean. Like, so at the
Like,
gym,
it's been a couple years now.
like this summer, I tried again. Like 2 summers ago, I could do down and that, which is also like swimming underwater slower.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like 100 meters a down and back is.
Yeah.
That's like a minute and a half
Yeah,
while moving.
The most water I've been in is like a lake, and you can't like swimming underwater in a lake is even with goggles,
I
like
hate
you
it.
can't see anything, so
not a
there's
fan.
no point.
Not a fan of open water.
I there's fears you have to overcome.
I know.
And we
I
live
got
in
a
lake
big one.
world.
Yeah, what is this?
So, when we're swimming out at the lake down at Hillsdale, you know all them trees that are in the water for fishing lakes?
that's
Yeah.
not the
My
swim
biggest
spot.
fear is swimming in those trees.
Yeah.
Touching a gooey branch or
Uh-huh.
something.
Yeah, because it's that like you know there's really nothing in there.
Well, you start making
Right.
up monsters too. You're like maybe like a drowner's
I
gonna
mean,
get
I've
me.
caught a fucking snapping turtle.
Well, that's
this
also the
fucking
thing.
big
A
Oh,
snapping
yeah.
turtle
trees
will, a
once.
snapping turtle will take some toes or finger.
There are some big uns. Like we got alligator snappers.
We also have water moccasins and copperheads and shit, which are all they'll go in water.
yeah,
And the copperhead's venomous, ain't it?
yeah,
They're both venomous. Yeah,
yeah. Both of them are.
that's what I mean. But they usually swim on top of the water, so you'll see them.
Yeah.
Typically. Look up alligator snapper real quick, because I'm assuming there's some people at home that don't know what this
Yeah.
is.
You remember I
I
used
also
to,
have alligator
Michael
garb.
got me one for my birthday. You remember that?
No,
Oh, look how fucking gnarly that thing is, dude.
he did. Yeah, so these guys get massive too. Like look at that one that the dude's
shit.
holding. So these things exist in the rivers and lakes in the Midwest, and it's one of those like monsters that no one really
That'll
talks
take your whole
about.
fucking hand off.
Yeah, that'll take a lot.
Clean. Like it's not gonna chomp on it and it's still holding onto your hand. It's gonna chomp and your hand's just gone.
They're
Bite force is insane.
So this is what Bowser was based off of in Mario. He was based off of an alligator snapper for good reason. You could tell by the shell because it's got like points on it. He looks like an evil villain.
Looks like a Mario shell.
Yeah.
I wonder how long they've been around.
Those are dinosaurs.
Yeah, they
those have
definitely
to
gotta
be.
be.
Day one.
They look like they've been here for millions of
Same
years.
with the crocodiles.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
What I mean. They just look like they're fucking.
Yeah, this is an OP turtle. This is.
And they get up. That's like the one that dude's holding is probably 100 pounds.
Yeah, no. So what we used to do, my cousin Gene has a bunch of land out at his property in Paola, and he has a problem in his pond some years with these guys just living in it. And the thing is like we swim in that pond. Like there's a swing there. You've been there actually with me. Oh, cool.
I love that place.
Yeah, it's dope as fuck. But like before we start swimming, like in that season, we have to go by and like kind of fish out these guys and take shotguns to them because they are a problem.
Oh yeah.
Because
Not only that, are they a problem for you? Whatever like water system, if it's a pond, it's not like an open water system.
it's-
They'll kill everything.
yeah, they
They'll
kill
just
everything.
Move on.
Yep.
My old turtle, my old alligator snapping turtle, she used to eat like 2 whole dozens of minnows in
Yeah.
one sitting.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And she was no bigger than both my fists, you know.
How big did your snapper get before you had to release it?
She got about the size of like a dessert plate.
Yeah.
She just outgrew her tank, and I had to donate her to a guy that collects turtles. So that was cool.
Oh, I bet he was psyched.
Dude, he loved it. That's when I found out it was a dude. I thought it was a chick for years.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I was like, how do you tell? He's like, well, like this.
How long did you have it?
Dick comes out.
That's funny.
Tickled it out?
Take it out, little red rocket.
How long did you have it?
A few years.
Yeah.
And it was still that big? Like only that big?
Like easily 3 or 4 years.
Look up the lifespan.
That's what I'm saying. So that one, like the
They
one
can
that
get up
dude's
to, like,
holding up,
100 years old.
I was
They
gonna say,
get
that
old.
thing's got to be so old.
Like tortoises, these guys, they have a long lifespan. So when you see a big one, it's sad when you have to kill them because, like, you know they're old.
But they're such predators.
It's
especially like a jeans and shit. Like there's kids over there all the time.
Yeah.
Family members. It's just not.
like we have to keep people safe.
Yeah.
And this is like one of the few monsters that lives out there. That and then like if mountain lions get onto the territory, there's not really not much you can do there.
100 years in the wild.
100 years. Yeah.
Fuck.
That's okay. So if you can live 100 years in the wild, you don't need nobody, dude.
No.
Like
They just
That's-
die because they get tired.
they're like fuck it.
I'm just tired.
A
of
bit.
eating. All I do is eat and shit.
And they travel a bunch too. Like they're always looking for a new source of food.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
They travel.
They'll eat so many things, various things. That it's
Yeah.
like, as long as they can find a new spot with anything living on it, like they got food. I bet one would eat a fucking rabbit if it just had that chance.
Yeah.
Just sitting there still, and a rabbit just popped up in front of it, and just be. Because also, like
I mean, if
they
they're
don't
fast
move.
enough.
They don't move fast.
No.
But when they bite, like they can move their necks and mouth like lightning. You know what I mean?
And their necks actually like
Turn.
are longer.
Yeah.
Than a lot of other turtles too.
The only thing they can't do is like up and back. That's why you grab them from right behind the head, like behind the head on the shell.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because if you come from the side, they can turn their head all the way around and get you.
Yeah.
Not fun.
Yeah,
Sometimes I forget how many like cool things that we actually have living here in like
Yeah.
Well, we've talked about quite a few.
No, I know. It's just
Yeah, people like talk about how like Australia, like it's hard to live there. You guys have every like big little critter there is. It's like we also have a lot of like venomous creatures.
Africa and Australia, they got some wild.
Well,
They do.
They do have like the most venomous snakes, spiders, scorpions.
But we
all
do
that.
too.
Yeah, we have that.
Like-
It's just not in
like-
you know.
Like a diamondback
West.
rattlesnake is fucking insane.
You know, we have rattlesnakes here.
Yeah,
I didn't
dude,
know
Blaine
that
got
until-
bit by one.
Really?
Yeah, he was hospitalized for 3 days.
No
Yep.
shit.
Yeah.
I believe they're an invasive species. But
Yeah,
I
no,
think
they-
so is like the copperhead. I believe the copperhead is also an invasive
It's
species.
up there, I'd imagine.
I didn't realize we had a rattlesnake until I was in KNAT with what's his name. But then I've since seen one.
Yeah.
Really?
It's a kind of a mind trip because I went like 15 years of my life without ever thinking that those would ever be here in Kansas.
Yeah.
But
You'd see them in old westerns,
yeah,
deserty,
and
rocky
the
areas.
sound is like, damn, it really just sounds exactly like
You know what
it does in a fucking movie.
I have yet to see though? A black widow.
That's
I've
true.
seen a couple.
an actual.
I've
black
seen
widow,
them
yeah.
like in custody.
Oh, I've seen
Like I've seen them in like their little like
Display case.
display cases,
Yeah,
and
the
they're crawling
terrarium.
around like, yeah, I'm in light. But like I've never seen one just off the cuff just crawl around and be
No.
like, oh shit, that's a black widow.
I've seen
Brown le-
two.
Brown recluses for sure though.
Brown recluses,
Those
yeah,
things are everywhere.
Ruh or love.
those are everywhere, especially in Missouri.
They're gross.
Once you
But-
cross state line, there's so many fucking brown recluses.
Dude, when you just cross the river here from Shawnee to Bonner, the
It's-
amount of wildlife over here.
It's the
is
woodlands.
insane.
We're on that. Like you go 10 minutes that way. It's like the border of Missouri. As soon as you get there, it's like trees, forestry.
Like
Over
ours
here,
is all
just
farm.
plains.
And then this is all.
I mean,
woods.
they're living everywhere. There's a reason they're called a brown recluse, just because they don't like to show themselves.
Yeah.
The brown, they're reckless.
But I've seen way more brown recluse, and I know the difference between them and house spiders.
Yeah.
I've seen way more of those than black widows, and apparently black widows are like native here. But they're kind of the same thing. They don't really they don't fuck around in the daylight.
Black widow. So brown recluses you're gonna see inside of a house more.
Yeah.
Black widows are gonna be more
Like
outside.
warm.
Yeah,
So
which is cool. That's
Yeah.
good. stay out there.
I've yet to get
Also, male black widows don't look the same.
No,
at all.
And they die after
So-
sex, which, poor bastards.
Right. Which
I
so
wish it was that
actually
easy.
look up
Yeah.
what a male black widow looks like because I think it just looks.
Dude, we need a visit.
Imagine getting laid and then she kills you right after. That's what happens. Like, that sucks.
That'd be great.
Like
I guess
they-
that's the way to go in the fucking.
Like I know they don't have the
Natural.
red.
If I'm gonna
Thing.
go, I'll go like that. There's brown recluses to get to the roof up here, and a lot of dead ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They like that stale.
They like wood.
Yeah. and,
Yeah.
Like stale air and shit.
Stale air, cool
Like it's
and
nice
warm.
and dank in here.
Yeah.
So is that,
Yeah.
is that the difference right there?
Yeah. So male black widows, like they're bigger
And they're not even black.
and they're not black. Yeah. They're like brown spiders.
Oh Lord,
It's weird. I don't understand it.
that's creepy.
Like they look so different from the females.
Dude, that looks like the spider Tanner picked up at
Actually-
Brooks' grandma's farm.
Also look up,
Place.
does a male black widow like have the same like venom?
I don't think so.
Are they equally as dangerous?
Isn't there? I heard something too about like a daddy long leg is like really venomous, but it's just unable to bite you
Yeah.
because it's.
That's what
it's so
they say.
small.
They say their teeth are too small to
Venom.
get into you.
All black widow spiders are venomous. Okay.
Okay.
Since they use their venom to subdue, only adult females seem to be able to harm humans with their bite. Okay. Males and juveniles either don't bite humans or else their mouth parts are not large or strong enough to inject their venom into us.
Yeah, that male spider's like, dude, I gotta fuck later. I ain't risking biting your ass.
See, that's
So-
like the opposite of copperheads, though. Like the
But-
younger they are.
Yeah. So it is nice though to know that like really only the females can like fuck your shit up
Yeah.
like real bad.
Be
Those
able
are a lot easier to
identify.
spot too.
Yeah, and they cause necrosis. That's the thing about most like venomous spiders is like,
Blood clotting.
well, necrosis. You kind of. So I mean, yes. So like blood clotting is a factor, but what it is it's like your cells just start dying,
Yeah.
so that like you just start rotting.
Yeah.
And-
Which would be awful. Because also I've
I
seen
thought brown
people.
recluse do that too.
Yeah,
They do.
I've
Yeah.
seen people with that, and it's like there's literally just a chunk of muscle missing now.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
the skin grows back. And
Yeah.
it's like.
So I'm not sure if it's true, but I've heard people talk about brown recluses. Their venom will only really affect you if you're like allergic. I guess to some people they can literally get bit and it'll just feel like any other ordinary spider bite.
Look it up.
I'm not sure how true that is though. So we'll
That'd be
see.
nice.
But no, like the copperheads. So I used to catch copperheads all the time, and like the bigger it was, the less scared I was because.
Yeah. So you can grab onto them easier
Well,
too.
that and adolescent ones, they don't have any control, so they'll dump all their venom
Right.
if they bite you.
Yeah.
Like an adult won't like give you everything it has. It's
Yeah.
gonna just give you enough.
Yeah.
But a young one's just like, dump it. We're killing the motherfucker.
Money shot.
Hopefully,
Here we
hopefully
go.
we get him on the first bite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
No, and I've got yeah. At least we don't have scorpions. Because the problem with scorpions is they're cool looking, unlike a spider.
Well, yeah.
Like a spider just looks scary,
They just it makes the nerves crawl on my back, dude.
but a scorpion like
the scorpions like that in the sense too. Like the snakes is the smaller they are, the more venomous they are.
on average, yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
which is weird because
Yeah, like an emperor scorpion, the like meatiest one is like it's
just
fine.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
he's fine.
it's strong enough to actually kill its prey without
Yes.
that.
Yeah. Now, I mean, it does work. I mean,
Oh yeah, it's still gonna.
it still paralyzes its prey,
Yeah.
but we are just kind of like, whatever.
What are we looking at here?
We're looking at
we need
brown
to go
recluse
visit
bites.
a natural history museum, like with all the rocks and bugs and shit. And
I'm getting different results from the brown recluse because some places are saying it's like like you don't necessarily need to go to the hospital. Only go if it starts to get too bad.
Mhm.
Because a brown
What's the
recluse apparently
definition of
could
bad?
bite you when it just gets like irritated and itchy
Yeah.
and burning. But if
Yeah.
it gets any worse than that, then you should probably go to the hospital.
Isn't it like
Yeah.
you're supposed to circle it with a marker?
Yeah,
around the
make sure it
redness to
gets
see if
bigger.
it keeps growing.
yeah, I think so. I've heard that somewhere.
That's the thing, though, is like most of the time you get bit by bugs and shit, it's when you're sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
So I never
So you
know,
never know.
what the fuck bit me.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
I'll always be like, this could have been a spider, it could have been like a mosquito.
Yeah.
Not that I get a lot of
Yeah.
fucking nighttime bites, it's rare, but like,
You wake up with a weird lump. You're like, what the fuck?
yeah,
It
you're like,
hurts for a few days and then it goes away.
yeah, you're like, maybe it was a spider.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about it, but
Yeah, I didn't see it happen. I don't want to think about it. Hopefully it goes away.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
Yeah.
that's how that
Been there.
goes. Yeah, I know, dude. I don't like thinking about like how often they are actually like on you, and you
Oh
just
yeah,
don't
when
know.
you're sleeping, because they're also
Or even awake.
around.
Even awake.
Yeah.
Like just like one could be on you somewhere.
There's a statistic that says you're almost never further than 10 feet away from a spider at any given
That
time.
and like you eat 5 of them a year or some shit.
Yeah,
One
I've
time
seen
So
that.
Hale found a few dead spiders in his fucking beard. And he shaved his beard after that. He's like, fuck that shit.
Nice little nest.
Yeah.
Gotta run a comb through that.
See,
shit every now and
I comb my beard
then.
all the time though when I
got
have
long
it.
enough, I did too.
Well, I mean, I imagine once you get to that stage where it's real bushy, you're not doing it every day. You're kind of.
No, you are.
Yeah.
When
Not
it gets
everybody.
well, you should.
Some people, I mean,
Well,
some people have beards and just let it fucking grow.
Yeah. Lucky. my face gets itchy if I don't take
gotta
care
like
of it.
do maintenance on that shit.
But I mean, I'm talking about guys that are like,
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
some length. to
Yeah.
it.
That's
real beard.
typically when like most people start doing beard cares when it gets longer. Yeah. Like that's when people like start putting oils in it and like conditioning it and brushing it.
Well,
Because
that's if you're an upstanding human. If you're just a fucking homeless piece of shit and you're like, fuck you.
well, then you're
I can
homeless.
imagine
There's a lot
homeless
of things you
us.
don't do.
Yeah.
Like,
I can
Figuratively.
imagine a homeless dude's got some shit in his beard.
Yeah. dude.
yeah.
That like he don't fucking
Like actual shit too.
ice. Imagine.
Oh,
yeah.
speaking of homeless people, I was just like going down this rabbit hole earlier today with my girlfriend because we're going to Vegas later this year because of that When We Were Young tour.
Gross.
Yeah. So.
They added another day. Wow.
Well, yeah, they have to because it was like 50 bands.
It was.
Like you can't play 50 bands in a day.
Yeah, it was
not
stupid
how
how
that-
that was lining up.
Wait,
I'm
the
like-
one you said was fake? Is that it's real?
It's
Well,
real.
Yeah, it was real. I was just trolling people.
I thought when you said that I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
like because
right.
I was
It
like, it's
would
hard to
make
believe
sense.
all the bands that I actually used to listen to and love.
Right.
So back on track here.
Yes, sir.
Take a price.
There is a homeless city. It's called Mole City in the tunnels of Las Vegas.
Ooh, can we visit them?
You can.
and
And there are videos of people like finding like people who take care of like do homeless shelter like activities for them. Like
Bro, they're walking around with flashlights and shit.
yeah, you have to because like they have whole ass apartments in the catacombs and like sewers of Las Vegas.
It's like the rich homeless versus compared to the LA homeless
Yeah.
shit.
So the reason these places exist
Yes.
under this city is because when it rains in Las Vegas, if they don't have this, the city would just flood.
Yeah, but
So they built these like drainage tunnels that are huge underneath like Las Vegas, and now pretty much all of the homeless population lives under there. So there's thousands of people living under
that picture right there is gnarly.
Las Vegas in Mole City. They're called Mole People, and well, they're
I didn't
dubbed.
even know about this.
Yeah, dude, this is pretty insane. And so,
I guess they're just hoping that there's no big storm coming
wait,
through.
hold on.
be
Inside
fucked.
dark underbelly of Las Vegas, where Pornhub star Jenny Lee battles to survive in deadly flood tunnels with 1,000 homeless.
Oh
mole
man, what a
people.
shame! It's almost like porn doesn't even pay well.
What?
Sad.
Shocker.
Yikes! That's a headline right there.
Yeah, that's from
That's
the
sad.
sun.
That's lights.
No, the sun.
Oh,
The fucking art.
oh,
Like
the
it's an
sun. is-
it's an actual.
I
like,
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
News station.
So.
yeah, there's no sun in there.
No. So I was watching like this documentary. It was like a 25-minute long one on YouTube earlier today. These guys go down there and they interview a lot of them. I mean, and it's the typical like, yeah, these are people struggling with addiction. It's more sad than anything, but it's
Yeah.
also really interesting because I can't remember how many miles they said underneath this city, but it's underneath every single street it's literally a
Those tunnels
second
are
city.
Exactly like the ones right by our house.
But like,
Yeah.
look
To
at
ride our
this.
bikes through
They
them.
have like
Yeah, that's
apartments
fun.
set up down
That's
here.
what I mean. That looks like a
Like-
legit ass room.
Yeah. The only thing that sucks though is it does flood often down
Yeah,
there.
It looks like that ground is.
Oh, that like in the dark, like what? It's a constant long tunnel. So it means like people are walking through your fucking area all the time, and you gotta like I don't know how you could like fall asleep other than just being so sleep deprived you've just passed out.
That's
'Cause I
kinda
would
how
not
it goes.
trust. Yeah.
Well, so another thing is like in the tunnels, because of like the different drugs, there's like different areas of the tunnels where like crystal meth is more popular, heroin's more popular. Like the
It's funny how
yeah, it's like the meth people and the heroin people don't get along.
no,
'Cause
well they're on different vibes. It's like a whole different.
So they stay in different like areas in the city, which is like it's interesting.
It reminds me of that one homeless community out in
Who's Jeannie
toward
Lee?
California.
She's the girl they found living homeless, and they're trying to raise money to get her out of there.
Well, she looks like she's been there a minute.
Yeah,
Used to be a beautiful girl.
poor girl.
Still is.
Where'd all my teeth go?
Yeah. What's amazing too is like sometimes like you see people like that where their teeth are just fucking jacked. They get all new teeth and it's like back to beautiful. Like it like the teeth affect your look that much.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to be so hot. Ex-porn star Jenny Lee, 37, is discovered living and destitute in the tunnels under Las Vegas, but insists she's happier with the homeless because they are more accepting and genuine friends.
Look at
Oh man,
Oh, that's cute.
that sucks. See,
That-
and
that's a sad life from beginning to end.
that is why it's important to find good friends earlier in your life, so that, I mean, fuck, man.
If I ever became a prostitute, would you guys take me in?
No,
Fuck you.
Sleep with the John. I don't know what you're talking about.
sorry, bro.
I got great friends, guys.
We got tunnels by our house. I'll give you a blanket.
Listen,
You
you're
know?
fired. You're both fired.
But yeah, just kind of touching on this because this is like a whole population of people. Like it's like in LA, we know about Skid Row. Like Skid Row's been a topic for like 30 years now. But like,
Skid Row. I know it's a band.
well, so Skid Row, yeah, the band is named after the like one of the biggest homeless encampments in the world. Skid Row is, I don't know how many blocks of city, but it's
Tens and tens of thousands.
yeah. Just show them pictures. It's the
It
only
goes
way.
on for like a mile.
Yeah,
At
it's insane, man. It's like just a
That's on the
homeless
street, and then there's
part
also
of the
like
city.
full out encampments and empty lots and shit. Like,
Uh-huh.
Do you know about that town I'm talking about, though? The homeless town out west?
Mm-mm.
It's like just it's an old city, but just a bunch of people have just made camp there now, and they have like vendors and shit. Just their own little town, own little functioning town, but no
Yeah.
one pays any bills, no one pays any taxes.
that picture to the right of your mouse, the third picture with that dude there. Now, see, they were talking about this. He's a drug enforcer. So, like there are dudes who, like some of these people have money from selling drugs in the encampments and shit, but, like, that's the lifestyle they just live now. Like, that dude could definitely, probably, this was talked about on another podcast that I had watched, is why I'd bring it up, but it's, like, it's weird how, like, even some of the people have an ability to get out, just stay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just the life that they know and live.
Right.
It becomes what's comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what we've known recently, and
what's crazy,
people love being comfortable.
Is like this is a completely like third world dystopian environment that exists within this like first world country.
Yeah. As like
Right?
Lamborghinis and shit drive by.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So then the question is like, can we do anything about the homeless population?
Hell, I was watching this one show.
Like, can we?
They were talking about a gang in this city and how people that they're born into this life of just all they know is like fucking war,
Yeah.
fighting back and forth for control over territory.
Yeah, America's really not
Like,
what people think it is.
yeah, people think we got our shit together.
Some places, yes, and a lot of places do. And
Yeah.
for the most part, yeah, it's a first world country, but like there are parts in America where it's like, no, this is just as dangerous as
Yeah.
like what do you call it? The pirates, Somalia.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, look
all Somalians are pirates. No, that's not what I mean. But like Somalian, like yeah, Somalia even. Like there's some places in the United States
Well,
that
it's
are
with
just
poverty.
you don't go.
There are like third world levels of poverty here. Like,
Yeah.
It's like you
Fucking
know,
Kansas
obviously.
City. We have some places where it's like you probably shouldn't go there.
I mean, look at how Detroit used to be.
Yeah.
Probably still
Nuts.
South Chicago.
Detroit Urban Survival Training.
Yeah. Okay. That dude.
That's the best thing to come from Detroit is dust.
Yeah.
You guys know what I'm talking about?
No.
Look it up.
Yeah, Kid
Detroit
Rock.
Urban Survival Training. I'm sure he's been covered enough on YouTube, but
well, my favorite thing is people started going to his actual classes just to clown him.
Yeah, and so he leans into it.
Nah, I mean, you have to. It's so ridiculous, bro.
Yeah,
You know
guy.
it's fucking bullshit. So like, you gotta at least lean into it.
Do we want to watch
Like,
any
and
videos?
I like.
So if you're gonna watch his videos, don't watch the ones that are like now, because now he's leaned into the fact that he's an internet meme, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But he was for the longest time putting out content that he thought was like legit.
Well, that.
Yeah,
self-defense.
this is the guy
That's
like
what I
showing
was-
people how to disarm people with guns. It's like, dude, that they're just gonna shoot you.
I was hoping off of
Yeah.
camera there was some
Like-
legitimacy to like maybe he was teaching different shit differently than what like the videos.
Yeah, this guy's been
mean-
everywhere lately.
And the whole outfit, it's like it's
I've never
so
seen that.
weird.
I love his outfit, dude. It's so funny. He also has the earpiece, like he's like an important like government,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like
The
special
shit that
agent.
was from like 2007. It's
yeah,
not
he
even
looks like
an
a
AirPod.
GI Joe action figure that like just didn't make the cut.
It never,
You
never
know?
got put to shelves.
Yeah, they were like, maybe this one's a little too thick, you know?
I don't know about Roy.
He tries to
Roy
like
hater.
he's like the real clean cut, slicks back his hair and shit.
Yeah,
The
this
gloves.
is and his name's Dale. Dale Brown. But anyways, this guy runs a security company up in Detroit, and I mean, I don't know if they're probably successful, but like he spends a bunch of money on like tactical equipment they'll never use,
Yeah.
boats,
For
like
real?
like dude, yeah. Like this,
I didn't know it was that deep.
there's a whole Vice episode. That's kind of what skyrocketed him. Is Vice did a special on Dust, and it's one of the like best things ever released. it's so funny because it's such a joke.
It's also it's funny when like they do that like a document. He thinks he's like fuck yeah I'm legit, but they're real. It's like a mockumentary. Like they're there to be like point out that
Yeah.
like this is just absurd, and he's
Yeah.
dead serious, or at least was.
Yeah, and like with the way he explains things, you're like, I'm not sure you're in this for the right reasons.
No, it's like when people go and take videos like and actually go to his class and like he tries to do shit and they just like back up and click. He's like, no, you're moving too fast. Like, yeah, because that's what actually would happen.
Yeah.
He's like trying to tell him like, no,
And-
slow it down.
So I kind of want you to pull up like his like group fight video, multiple attackers defense. I've been meaning to bring this guy up for a few weeks now,
All right.
but like
We're learning.
I've been kind of waiting for the segue.
Detroit Urban Survival Training will
There
share
we
with you
go.
what to do if you're surrounded by a group of men and they attack you. So if they come at you, what you don't want to do is try to stand in the middle like in a martial arts karate movie, moving in a circle, trying to block, trying to hit. That's not going to work. So if they try to grab and then try to attack you and you try to back up, this is what's going to happen. As you try to back up, you're going to get swarmed and you're still going to be dominated and you're going to lose. What you should do is this.
He's just fucking arm passing and dragging.
Keep away, keep
As you
away.
can see, when you move in a circle around the crowd, you're able to attack each attacker individually.
As if that's what you want to do.
No, just run,
Like,
bro.
Like at
That's-
first I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
just
maybe
run.
he's on to something. You want to escape the crowd, and then he starts circling everybody. I'm like, what is he doing? And he's
not
like,
a shepherd
he's like-
dog.
He's like, you want to circle him so you can attack him individually. It's like, no. You're not taking down over like 3 people.
No, you're just at that point. It's get out. It's
Yeah,
leave.
you leave.
Get away.
bro.
That many people, I don't care who you are, you're
Like-
not getting away from 6 attackers.
Like once he like did that like move out of the crowd, I'm like, okay, he could have explained like I did an arm drag to like exit.
Yeah.
Like I pulled this guy in to kind of like replace me because that's kind of what he was doing
Yeah,
there.
You turn
Right?
your body sideways.
But after you do, you run.
Yeah.
Like you don't. You just run from those guys. That's
Pull out a
real
machete.
life.
Also, they're all just pushing him lightly and shit.
Yeah.
Like they're if 6 people are trying to fuck you up,
Where the
you
sucker
might
punches
get away,
at,
but
yeah.
like,
So,
you're not fighting.
If I'm not mistaken, that was like in response to like the Astro World incident, and so he came out with that after
which
the
had
whole.
nothing to do. Like that was a completely different. Like
So, what he was trying to say is like, if there's like a mob, you need to get out of it and attack them individually. It's like, dude, if there's a mob, that's too many people for you to worry about attacking.
also in Astroworld, it was like 100,000 people pushing against the front.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
getting out.
No,
Yeah.
you're not. So, that's Dale. That's Dust. And
official sponsor of the show.
They might be. I feel like I could get him to be.
Next show, I'm gonna walk in.
We're gonna
dressed
travel
like
up
him.
there and do a special with him.
Yeah.
And then that's what we're gonna do.
He's
We're
gonna
gonna
put
get
us
a
through
hold of
some
Dale.
training.
He's gonna get us some views,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna be making fun of him the whole time. But no, I'm not gonna claim I'm a martial arts expert.
We could start asking him stupid, like an interview, be like, "Who's gonna win in a fight, you or Steven Seagal?"
That's something I want to see.
Yeah,
I want to see Dale versus
that might
Steven.
actually be an equal fight. That's the funny
It
part.
could be.
They're
I don't
both
know
in the
though.
same
Dale's got some guns on him though. Did you see?
Yeah, he's
Like he had some triceps. I feel like he could actually throw a good punch.
well, but depending
Yeah,
on what his
Seagal would
defense
just
is
absorb
like.
it though.
Yeah,
Seagal would absorb it. Seagal would, yeah.
that and Seagal. One of the things Seagal does actually have is like throws.
Look up a
So he got an
picture
arm on ya.
of Steven Seagal currently. He's in peak physical condition.
I just watched a video of him, and he like showed like this training thing, and he did a throw. He could still throw a motherfucker. He's just so out of shape that it's like he's so limited.
It's not a real throw.
no.
There he is. It's
He's in peak physical condition. Look at this guy.
Dude, I watched one of his last movies too. It's so bad.
Oh, I bet it
Quit
is.
dyeing your fucking hair. We're 60 years old. Look how fucking much of a stud he was when he was young too. Which, by the way, everybody who worked with him as an actor hated him.
Yeah, because he would like actually hit you.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
there was no. It's not stunt. That was like, I'm actually just gonna beat the shit out of this.
well, not so much
stunt
when he
double.
watches Aikido videos. It's supposed to be like pretty graceful, especially for demonstrations and stuff.
Yeah, it's a
because it's a
fluid-
lot of footwork. It's a very fluid moment. He destroys people. Like they hit the mat so hard.
How about you look up some of these?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's click on a video.
Please.
I want to see.
I'm trying to figure out the new because James has a triple camera set up, so I have to like click to each individual thing.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So I'm
You've got a
trying to
lot
figure
going
that
on.
out. So I'm gonna be a little bit slow.
Learning
You're
curve
good.
today.
You're good.
Figuring shit out with the audio and video. It's cool.
And it's really fun to watch Steven Seagal do these things because you can tell that it's not a real martial art. Literally, just from watching it, like you can tell that Aikido has zero legitimacy in today's martial arts.
This is with the Russian national Aikido team.
Guess we don't really need sound.
See, look, they
No,
actually
you
have
don't.
swords.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, it's based off of
Yeah, that's what I did.
sword defense, and it's weird because they don't use. So this is all choreographed.
yeah, I was gonna say this
Like-
is like a dance, basically.
That's the thing about Aikido is it's more of like a. Like it just isn't.
Like,
Well,
they're
as
showing
somebody
off.
who
Real.
did Aikido for 3.5 years, a lot of this stuff, if they do not flip like that,
I was gonna say-
their arms are going to be snapped.
Yeah.
Like they
Yeah.
are putting people in joint locks. They are putting their arms in basically ways that if they don't flip over, their arm's gonna snap.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to argue that it's still practical, but
But that's the thing is like when you watch it, like they give them their arm.
Yeah.
yeah, they do. They do.
That's the problem is like okay, there's also just martial arts that teach how to just
Now,
do that
there
to somebody
are forms of
fighting back.
Aikido that do teach like with actual punches. Like if you can get a hold of somebody's arm, here's what you can do to easily get them down. So there definitely is practical applications to this.
It's just you're not gonna kick someone's ass with all Aikido.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's just like any martial art. Like,
Oh, he grabbed the sword.
here we go.
Now it's serious.
See now those
See,
moves
that
make sense.
more sense. Exactly.
Yeah, other than just punching a hip throw or throwing a hip punch.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna punch him in the hip. It's like it's better.
A lot of it's like what? Just disarming somebody that actually has something in their hand, or avoiding a weapon.
It's also pretty much here's a martial art against people who don't know how to fight.
Yeah.
Like as soon as you get a wild card or someone who knows what they're doing, like this guy'd get his ass whooped.
Oh yeah, if you use Aikido against somebody who doesn't know how to fight, it's honestly one of the best because people who don't
That's
know
what
how to
it's
fight
for.
go at you with all their force, and Aikido is just using their momentum against themselves. So you get someone who doesn't know how to fight, you can just throw them so easily.
It's also why judo's good.
Yeah, we actually did a little bit of judo too, where
Yeah.
I trained,
You would.
which helped a lot.
Yeah, it's the only way you can successfully throw somebody.
Yeah,
is
exactly.
learning how to
You gotta learn how
really
to-
throw them. You learn how to actually throw. You gotta get the underhook. Got to use your hips, keep your stance right. These guys are just. This is a choreographed fight.
I love how it's like also pretending like, bro, if you don't have a sword and I do, you're not fucking, you're not avoiding it. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna adjust my angle as I'm swiping. Like it's like that one's a little more realistic. But like when they just like turn their body and shit, like dude, that's not.
But once again, we don't use swords
No.
anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking
Like,
old.
when's the last time you got in a sword fight that was like a real one?
About 400 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
About.
The last time I was at your apartment and we got the lightsabers out.
yeah. With me,
Yeah, no shit.
that's yeah.
It's the perfect martial art if you're like a weeb and obsessed with Japanese culture and you want to learn what the samurais did. Learn Aikido.
Weeb.
Trying to really go deep in
There
the
you
anime.
go. Yeah, it's tradition. It looks fun.
It looks fun.
It is fun.
I'm
It's
sure
like,
it
it's
is.
like Greco-Roman wrestling.
It's a good workout.
It's like limited techniques and shit where it's like, yeah, that's not actually functional most time. Like rolling you and throwing you. Not
mean,
how
it-
you're gonna win a fight.
so have
you
you,
can
guys
use it
seen
in a
the?
fight.
You can use it in a fight, but if you're just restricting
See if I
yourself to
can
that
find this.
narrow,
I
those
forgot to
narrow
link it to the
movements.
video. Hopefully,
Oh,
I'm
it's
still
fine.
recording this.
Oh, it's
You can find it.
It's separate.
Oh, okay.
What
cool.
you see on OBS is the final cut.
Have you guys seen like the magic Aikido?
no.
That
This is so funny. Oh, I spelled magic without an A. Basically, it's there's an even more bullshit form of Aikido.
Yeah, it's bullshito.
Cheeto.
Everybody calls it bullshito at jiu-jitsu
Or
and,
is these? I need to find.
and
Here we
Muay
go.
Thai.
Here we go.
Oh, is this the guy that I actually watch? There's this ex-Aikido like black belt that has a channel. It's like him learning actual applicable martial arts.
What is happening?
And in one of the first videos he posts, it's him sparring against an MMA guy.
Is this dude supposed to have his hands trapped
Yeah.
behind his back and that
And he's
guy's
holding them down with his chin, dude.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's using his chi. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
Wow.
See, also imagine being like one of the students who's like so down for the cause that you're like, yeah, I'll pretend for you while we put on this fucking theatrical show.
Reality, he's in a jiu-jitsu gym. You can
I
tell
gotta
by
find
the
some
flag
videos
on
of
the
me
wall.
getting thrown around. I have some videos of like really, really young me getting thrown around.
It's fun. Well, it is fun, you know. Like
Oh
that's,
yeah, it is. Especially when you're young.
I won't, I won't deny that Aikido looks fun as shit,
Aikido.
but it's just so not
Yeah,
real.
Yeah, okay, I love that's my favorite.
That's his chi, bro.
Yeah, bro. Let me dust your shoulder off real quick as you fucking die.
What the fuck? Wow, dude.
Yeah, dude. That was probably
How'd you do that?
This is chi. I don't know how to explain it, but
It's chi, it's energy.
yeah. Oh, there's a video of Elvis.
Yeah, that's
Did we get into that last podcast?
no, but I've seen it and he's fucked up.
Yeah,
He's
he's
fucking-
on pills.
Yeah, he's peeled
Yeah.
out. He's sweating his ass off.
Look up Kimpo Karate Elvis.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
This is so good.
Wasn't he like a fake black belt too?
Yeah, he was
Like,
like a
it's
7th degree
Yeah,
Kimpo
yeah.
black belt, and like I've never seen him do anything.
It's like when
on
a
these
celebrity
videos.
gets like an honorary degree from
Yeah,
a college.
yeah, it's that one.
Yeah,
So-
he's fucked up.
Turn the volume up.
Alright.
It's just the first 20, 30
Yeah,
seconds.
look at him, dude.
He's all pilled out.
sweating,
He's like, I took a couple bars before hanging out.
out of shape.
See, I just picture Sylvester Stallone dressed up as Elvis.
It's funny. Hey, Steven Seagal and Elvis kind of aged the same.
Well, Steven Seagal is still alive.
Well,
that's the
that's
main
true,
difference.
but they just pudged out and like got the same body type.
Go back to the beginning of this video.
Audio's totally fucked on this one too.
putting his fist in
there we go.
Elvis's throat,
He can barely open his
and
eyes.
Elvis is going to display his chi power or ki power and pushing Red West and Al Holcomb backwards.
He's like, hey, look at
Yeah,
that.
he's like, the funny
Yeah,
thing is, he's
look at
fucked
that.
up enough. He might actually believe this shit's real.
He's like, hey man,
Yeah,
see
I
how
was
much
amazed
you
at
came
why
out.
I gave
Elvis
George
would,
Lucas the idea for the
jeopardize his
Force.
vocal cords and allowing somebody to do this.
He's like, I'll just pretty much throw him away with my chi power and fucking kick him in the head like this.
I could have been
You
like,
sound like George Bush.
I could have been like
Whatever.
11 in this class and been like,
And Al's
hey,
gonna
mom, this is
go on
bullshit.
all the big
Like, what is
publicity
this?
for it.
He's like, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm gonna,
All right,
Yeah,
don't
you
play
get
the
it.
Goofy
Oh,
shit.
You
I
get
got
it.
some
It's
I'm
just
gonna push you
fucking-
back with my
videos
chi
of me
power.
when I was like
Nonsense.
12 doing Aikido. This should be
Yeah,
good.
you got YouTube videos, bro?
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so whenever like martial arts get into like chi, I can't handle it.
We're
No.
still on the main.
It's like, okay, dude.
Oh, let me switch the cameras back. Hold on. This is annoying. I need like a third or fourth monitor.
Okay, once I get some more money.
All right.
Today we just shit on fake martial arts.
Yeah.
That's our whole episode.
All right.
Pretty much.
I need to find the one with me. Here, I'll click on the channel.
Ooh,
There's a couple with me though.
these are like old videos.
Yeah.
Wow,
Let's see.
this is pretty cool.
I wish there was
Like,
videos of me.
This is Midwest Aikido right here. This is what Zach wants to get into. I'm like, don't.
Don't. Skip. That's you?
Yeah.
Get wrecked, son.
There's me.
There he is.
Oh.
Before the long hair. Oh, shit.
Get wrecked, son. It's an adult throwing a bunch of kids around.
Yeah.
As an advertisement.
The funny thing is, dude, is he actually was throwing me.
Oh,
Like, because obviously I'm a tiny little kid and he's a strong dude.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm actually getting fucking heated, dude.
Right.
that's when this shit works. Is when the person's like, half
Yeah,
your
if you're
size.
bigger, Aikido fucking destroys.
Yeah.
Like,
No mercy on
But
your
once
ass.
again,
Jordan,
if you know how, if you're a really good strike, like if no, hold on. If you know anything about striking or grappling, it just doesn't work
Yeah.
hold on, I gotta find the
because you
video.
know how to like disengage.
Ah.
you
Yeah,
know how to,
I'm
like,
not gonna
get
give you
out
my
of, like-
fucking arm.
Yeah, like
Oh,
Here we go. This has a little bit of both in it.
I love the bamboo poles or whatever the fuck.
it's a good strike. Actually, it was a very good.
The sword stuff was a blast.
Yeah, no, he's actually. Those are good cuts.
Yeah. No, this guy trained in Japan like traditionally for a few years. Here's me beating up a
For,
girl.
like 2 years.
Yeah.
yeah.
Why would you do that?
Finish her.
Why would you do
Oh,
that?
I do. Watch the strike, dude.
Dude, fart in her butt.
Yeah? Yeah, do it.
Chop. Yes.
Chop.
The fucking judo chop.
Yeah.
I
He's
call
just
this one the
like,
double tango.
yeah, he's like, fuck you, kid.
I haven't watched
See how I
these
made
in so
you like
long.
flip like 3 times?
Actually, I don't know if I've
Then you
ever
kick
seen
him in
this
the
one.
head like
It's like
this.
all based off of torque and inertia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A full 24 frames a second, dude. What? No. Wait.
And also, none of these are like really hurting your opponent. It's just like,
Well, they will if you don't roll.
yeah.
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 Yeah, if you don't roll, and if
Like
it's on
that,
the hard
you throw somebody's
grounds.
arm like that, and they don't roll. That arm's snapping. So
Yeah. That was a, I mean, yeah, that's basically
I
a
will say,
standing
if
Kimura.
somebody grabs you, like if somebody grabs your arm,
Actually,
Aikido's
just
gonna do
flip one.
wonders. But for strikes, not really. Yeah. Anyway,
Get wrecked, son.
let's look at the sword stuff. The sword stuff's what's fun.
I fucking
Yeah, the sword stuff's
asshole.
like, it's a little harder also to like say this is stupid because it's like, okay, that's actually like good technique on that cut.
Well,
Like
that's
if you can cut down and then do another cut before it's completely done falling,
Yep.
like that's pretty good control on a sword.
Which
You know?
that's what we practiced a lot.
Yeah.
We went to Canada to teach people how to properly use swords.
Yeah, swords aren't easy. Like
No,
most
they're
people
not.
think it's not.
I don't know who this
It's
guy
very
is.
complex.
I don't know if I'm gonna be in this one. This might be.
And tatami mats are expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you only get them once.
I know it
Use 'em
sucks.
Once.
I know for how much they are. It's like fuck. This is dumb.
How much is
Did he
it?
make an equivalent out of material?
Probably.
Hey.
Tatami.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, we got some
I don't know.
beginner Kenjutsu previews.
It's like Japanese paper or something.
How much does one cost though?
Oh,
it's
that's
not,
me.
It's like $10 to $20.
I mean,
like
still, but if it's gonna take like 3 seconds to ruin it.
yeah, that's what I mean. Is like it's not like retarded
Do you
expensive.
train
but
on
dumb.
those? Or
It is when you consider like how many you need for a successful training session.
Oh, I'm gonna turn this to you guys again. There we go. But yeah, I need to find. Oh man, I wish I could easily find myself doing the. Actually, there is a actual cutting. There we go.
Yeah, they got them on Amazon for $25.
Here's
a
the double cut. Not in uniform. I don't think my sensei was too happy about this, but
It's okay.
piece. I'm wearing my boot cuts and my Wranglers.
Well, that
dude.
was
That's
like that's also the other thing about a lot of martial like I get the structure and like wearing the uniform, but I'm like it's so
Tradition.
unpractical.
right.
It's like gi.
Depends.
I mean, gi makes sense because you can use someone's clothes
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But like there are certain things like a gi choke, like that you just unless somebody else is in the gi that you're not gonna be able to even use.
I prefer a skin tight samurai suit.
a lot of the gi chokes can be translated too, which is really cool.
It's like
Nice.
There's also so many chokes that aren't gi chokes as well.
Yeah.
That like it doesn't matter. And when it comes to like right now, this is prime jujitsu time. If you're getting in like a street fight right now,
Yeah.
everybody's got a
jackets.
coat on.
Oh,
Yeah.
Everybody's got a coat on.
That's what I mean. And if you don't have like a zip down
Yeah.
shirt on,
If you're wearing a coat and the other person knows jujitsu, you're fucked.
oh yeah.
Like you ain't making it far in that fight. Even a shirt, like I demonstrated to James once how like I could still, if I got you on the ground, I can pull your shirt up and use that as
no.
my grips.
For sure.
If
it's
I
easier to
didn't want to
grip
just do
cloth.
an easier choke, yeah. That's the other thing is there's easier chokes to get to
Yeah.
than just gi chokes.
And you can just use somebody's clothing to manipulate them into a different position to
Yeah.
get a choke.
Yeah. Yeah, I always thought when I was like a kid, like people who grabbed your clothes were like dirty fighters. And,
Yeah,
like,
that's I'm here to win.
yeah,
Especially if it's a street fight. There's like
yeah.
what
It's
are the
like-
street rules? There are no rules, man.
There's typically like no
Hair
purposeful nut hits.
yeah, I might
no
not
hair
like stop
pulling.
someone's balls probably.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna choke them out. I want to handle the situation, not just like I'm not here to.
It's like that one scene from Brooklyn Nine-Nine when Boyle's sitting on the ground.
really depends on the situation of the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're in like a street fight, do what you can to win.
Yeah.
Kick 'em in the
Especially
balls,
if it's a
who cares?
rando.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
Oh.
it's a rando, just
If
But yeah, you don't know what
If
the
you're
fuck.
getting attacked, do
Yeah.
what you can to get out of there.
Yep.
Grab his balls and twist. Pull
always carry a knife
hard.
because even like an expert martial artist, if you pull a knife on them, you have a solid chance. And somebody who doesn't know any martial arts, you pretty much have a 100% chance of winning with a knife.
Yeah, 'cause if I got a knife,
Like it doesn't matter
out
how big he is.
and you
Yeah.
go to like grab my arm, I'll
Unless someone's
slice
like
yourself.
attempting to rob me, if they whip out a knife, I'm like, see ya.
Yeah,
I'm just like, bye.
yeah. Just like somebody has a
Yeah,
knife,
if
the
it's at
fight's
all
over.
avoidable.
Like-
if I could just walk away and end it.
Yeah.
Anybody with a tiny bit of intelligence knows that if a knife comes out, the fight's over.
Yeah. And the thing is like I know how to get a knife from someone, but like, what are the
Still gonna,
stakes
yeah,
here?
I'm still
like,
gonna catch something.
Like, I don't need to. He can
Yeah.
keep his knife and be
Yeah.
over there.
I'm too high. Take my money.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, whatever, dude.
See,
You got a knife.
What worries me about most about like maybe getting mugged, especially if someone had like a knife or something, is I never carry cash, so that disappointment. And even if I have my wallet on me, which I rarely carry it,
Yeah, take
just
my
stays
card,
in my
I'll
vehicle.
cancel it.
Yeah, and it's like, are you gonna be pissed that you got nothing from me, and then still just be like, instead of taking off, just be like, no, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like, oh,
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
I hope not.
But when it comes to even like knife disarms,
You can offer him sex in return.
you're probably going to get cut.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get cut before you get the knife.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. People are like, whenever someone has a knife, they're so erratic that, like,
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah.
your
It's not-
forearms, hands, wrist,
yeah, it's not
At-
like
at least.
disarming a target in class. Like,
Well,
they're
like Grant,
knives everywhere.
yesterday when you were showing me how to disarm with a handgun,
Yeah.
there was multiple times where I would have gotten shot through the wrist, through the arm.
Sure.
it would have missed my head and my body,
Well,
but
this is the thing too.
It's
is like,
all about survival.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah,
in
like
those
it's-
moments, you have to have the mindset to know that, like, if you got cut, stabbed, or shot, that you need to take that in the moment, but just not hesitate. Like, you got to keep going and just understand, like, it happened, but you can't stop.
Yeah.
Like, if people get shot and be like,
I think I shot.
like, okay, yeah, then you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, no, you got to
It's like in the
continue
movies.
through
You get shot, you
yeah.
keep fucking going. Until
Yeah.
you can't.
Which is what that's what adrenaline's great for, and like shock,
I
because
love
it's gonna take
adrenaline.
a second for that to really set in that you're like, I have a bullet wound or a
Well,
knife wound.
I got a little wrist. I don't think you can see it, but like, I got a wrist break in this wrist. It was from a wrist lock in class that I just didn't know was in. Because I had adrenaline going. I didn't know someone had me in a fucking wrist lock, so they broke my wrist.
Oh. Oops.
That's why wrist locks are not allowed for white belts. Like, white belts in jiu-jitsu are not allowed to do wrist locks because we're so new and fresh. Like, we're not thinking about pain all the time. We're just thinking about winning
Right.
and dominating the situation.
Right.
So whenever someone puts you in a wrist lock, a lot of the times your adrenaline's going too fast. You don't know that they put you in a wrist lock
Yeah.
because you don't feel it.
Yeah,
And yeah, I got put in one.
Well,
Which
it's
I think it's funny that security companies, like, as soon as you go into like their like intro class, they go over like basic hand-to-hand stuff, and I mean like one or two things, and it's always one of them is wrist locks. And I'm like, so you're gonna tell me that my martial arts school doesn't think it's safe for me to do a wrist lock until I get to at least blue belt, and I'm walking in off the street as some average like Joe
there's nobody.
with no control or fighting experience or know-how of combat at all. You're gonna teach me wrist locks?
Well, that's like,
That's just irresponsible.
well, especially the other dudes that you worked with that we would talk about, where it's like just their capabilities were actually so low, and also their mindset about physical confrontation, like they
don't have a realistic mindset.
no, that's what I mean. And like you're teaching people with unrealistic like thought processes on it.
Yeah.
And then they think like they're Mr. Big Man.
Yeah. They come
They're
in
like,
here
I've been
thinking I'm gonna
trained.
be Mr. Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Yeah, no. In the instructor, he also had like a bit of an ego about him too, because like whenever we like did this like a little demonstration class, he looked at me like, because I was the only in shape dude in the class.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna practice wrist lock on you. So he shows everybody how like a wrist lock can hurt, and he over cranks my fucking arm,
Yeah.
bringing me down. I'm like, God, dude, like, you don't have to do that to demonstrate to the class.
It's that ego bullshit. When I hate guys like that too.
Yeah, and it's like, bro, if we weren't in this class, I would fuck you up,
Yep.
and it's true.
I had a wrestling coach like that too.
Yeah,
I'm a child, bro. You don't have to slam me like. You can show the movement without having to use full force because I'm small enough that you don't have to use full force.
Mhm.
And I'm a child.
But no, like I like felt my wrist pop when
Yeah.
it did to me. I'm like, dude, like easy.
up.
Well,
That
especially when
happened
you're
to
not
me a
prepared
lot,
for it,
dude.
like it does more damage. Like
Yeah.
when you're just like, I didn't expect
like
you to go
cold.
100 fucking % on that.
Yeah, it's like we were just doing an intro class, and he's like, all right, we're gonna go over baton moves and wrist locks, and it's like, okay.
So there was a point when I was doing Aikido, it was like towards like the end, I was like testing for my brown belt or something, and some guy came in, he was a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and he just wanted to explore other martial arts.
Yeah.
So he came and joined our classes. He was there for like, I don't know, 6 months before I ended up leaving, I think. But anytime I trained with this dude, holy shit, he would get, because that's all Aikido is, just locks, joint locks, wrist locks, everything like that.
Master lock.
This dude is like 6 foot tall. I'm like
A kid.
15 years old.
Yeah.
This dude's just destroying me. I would go home with just like, I couldn't move my wrist, like I couldn't move my arms. Just
Yeah.
like that was fucking brutal.
Yeah, it's not all 100%. Like there's reason practice is called practice. You're not trying to do the most damage. You're trying
but I mean,
to
this
do
guy
the
was,
movement.
I don't think he realized it.
Probably not.
This
but
dude's
still,
been doing
you should.
jujitsu for how many years, and then he's
Oh,
learning these new things. He
that hurt
doesn't
you.
know his own strength. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's a tough thing because also every school trains a little bit differently. They
Toughens
train
you
at
up, though.
a little bit of a different like intensity. Like I had a guy actually in class the other day. He was just saying to me because he'd done a bunch of gyms in the area, jiu-jitsu
Yeah.
gyms, and he's like, "Dude, this gym goes hard." And I'm like, "Do we?" And I'm like, well, that would explain a lot because I've been injured a lot.
Yeah.
But this is the only gym I've ever went to. So I like it wasn't like a do we because I don't feel like we're going hard. It was like a do we because I've never seen like how other jiu-jitsu schools practice,
Yeah,
you know?
you have no comparison.
Yeah, I have no comparison. So allegedly my school goes hard from this one dude, but like
fucking broke your shoulder one time.
Yeah,
I broke both of my shoulders in the
you
past
need
2
some
years.
level of intensity. It's just like
Yeah.
you can't, like when somebody is so much better than you and still just going super hard. I'm like, you don't need to.
Yeah.
Like if you ever rolled with a black belt and like he was giving you full force and shit, and it's like, okay, well, we know that you're gonna
Yeah.
be able to do this.
Yeah. Like he just knows more moves and down to like muscle memory. you
Yeah.
know? Yeah, it's different when you go up against a black belt. They just kind of absorb you into them.
Well, it's like a
and
black
they do
belt
whatever they
getting
want.
Black belt like getting you into a shoulder lock, and then he, instead of just easing it until you tap, he just instantly is just like fucking puts his weight into it.
Yeah, 'cause
You
they
didn't
know-
need to do that.
It's like they know where you tap.
Yeah.
They know exactly where you're going to tap. That's the cool part about black belts is they just, you feel like they're going to kill you, but they really know what they're doing.
yeah.
And
Well, by the time you're a black belt, you should. The feeling of the fluidity of body movements and where resistance is.
you're more likely to get really injured by a white belt in jiu-jitsu than a higher belt
else.
because
they know less technique as a white belt.
yeah, so there's no control.
Muscle it.
Yeah, they're trying to muscle it,
Hell,
go as
when
hard
it-
as they can.
Similar to like when I first started weightlifting,
Yeah.
I went through months and months of weight training without actual weight.
That's how it should be.
Mm-hmm.
You should start
Like,
without.
my whole year at weights class at DeSoto, just technique.
That's why I liked
Sick.
when I went from Mill Valley to DeSoto. The difference on like
Yeah.
technique
I
focus
imagine.
was way more intense. Like when I showed up my hang clean form, like shit like that, like everyone was looking at me like, what the fuck? I'm like, I literally worked out in front of 2 professional coaches
Yeah.
that didn't even critique my form. Like they'll just let me fuck myself up. They didn't even care.
Yeah.
But like Coach King was like, nah, you're gonna take the fucking weight off that bar. We're gonna figure this out.
I wish he did that with like a lot more people though.
Well, if you didn't have like any athletic ability or like real desire, he
I'm
was just
talking
like,
about
whatever.
the dudes who were trying to put up like 300-pound.
Oh
hang
yeah, they were just
cleans.
naturally strong as shit.
And they didn't use form like at all.
They did the
Like, and I'm
swing
gonna
method.
call him out because I don't know him very well. Anyways, you probably won't watch this, but Cole Schmidt.
Yeah. His hang
example.
clean shit that
Dude,
looked like it hurt every fucking
It
time.
looked like his knees were about to explode every single time, and I
But-
didn't understand why they didn't.
Well, but somehow he could he could hang clean like 275.
He caught it in like a half splits.
Yeah.
Like he caught it in like a half splits. His knees were like going in.
Yeah, about to blow out.
And then
dude.
he'd be like, like push it up, and you're like, I can do that. By the way,
yeah.
I could
It's
do
like-
that too, but
it's like I can also do that, but like
I'm gonna hurt myself.
Well, a lot of
I
people
don't want to.
A lot of people aren't willing to take like the back seat and like to proper form when it's like
Dude.
you're gonna have to lower the weight so much their ego doesn't want.
There's a
them to
lot
do
of
that.
ego lifting going on.
Here's some ego.
At Mill Valley, I'd say.
My power clean. Now it was a 235-pound power clean,
Ooh, gross.
But it was
but
legit.
it was legit as fuck.
Yeah, I
Like,
remember.
I went from the floor, did the hip bounce, and when I caught it, it was in a full fucking squat.
Yeah,
Like,
you
it
know how many
was-
people? No one fucking.
No
No
one
one got
did that.
low on hang clean.
No
they
one
just
did
caught
that.
it high and then just said it. Even I did.
And they
but
do
like
that
looking
fucking
back,
swing method. They'd be like, swing.
yeah, it's not a snatch. It's a fucking hang clean.
quit it.
It's supposed to be
You gotta fucking
power from the
just
floor. Bro.
blow up.
Yep. Nah, it's weird how.
Here I am getting mad at form.
Well, and the thing with the swing thing, well, so first off, it shouldn't be. It's a hip bump, and it's a shrug at the same time.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't move forward. It
A
should
lot of
move
people
straight
do it
up.
wrong. They don't do it right.
But that is a warm-up technique
Sure.
for hang clean. Like you do want to warm up,
Like high
by
pulls
just
and
doing
shit.
high
Yeah.
pulls and like doing all of that stuff.
I remember doing that.
Very important.
When we had a powerlifting meet, I went there and we were all doing
Yeah.
high pulls because I was like, I don't want to gas myself out for my max and shit. And they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like,
You got to activate.
"Yeah, I'm like warming up, man." And they're like, "What is that?" I'm like, "They're high pulls. It's like half the hang clean. I'm getting,
Yeah.
I'm getting warmed up. I'm
well, you're
easing
making
into
sure
it."
that the power's there.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how you gauge how the day's gonna go. Because there were some days where I was like, I'm not fucking hang cleaning 235 today.
Dude,
Like I'm doing to do 165, 185, like, and then maybe 195
well, it's like
for like one.
we squatted today. I hit 265 for 5 the other day.
Yeah.
It was not. I didn't feel it today. I was like, we'll stop right where we're at.
Well, no. And the other thing is like I do train martial arts, so I don't want to feel so sore tomorrow that I can't wrestle my opponents.
Yeah.
I was so sore after my upper body day. I'm still fucking like
Yeah.
loose arms.
Upper body's easy to like. It's easier to go ham on and then
Easier
do
to-
martial arts.
Easier
Yeah.
to work it out too.
Well, it's like
But when you're wrestling and your legs are sore,
Ugh.
it's fucking awful.
well, it's like the day I did those squats. Then I went to work.
Yeah.
For like 7 hours, standing and moving the whole time, and it was just like I was so tired and done that I was like that just overdid my body that day. Which the older we get, the less I want to do.
Let's wrap this shit up. But let's get in one of the people that helps us do our launching. Buzzsprout is the service we use. I don't know what you guys use over there on those other podcasts, but we use Buzzsprout. The reason why we use Buzzsprout, because it's a great way to get your own podcast started. Because not only can you just have your podcast on multiple different platforms, but with Buzzsprout, you can link them all, and you can see your analytics. Your views, your likes, your subscribes, your shares.
Pornhub, YouTube,
the-
Spotify, you can see it all.
The average views, the average length time, all of it. You get every single bit. That way you can cater your own podcast to the exact needs of your viewers. So it isn't hard when you have the right partners. Like my partners, they're pretty cool here. We got James, we got Dylan, we got AJ. They're pretty dope dudes.
Hey.
And especially when they know how to read an analytics page. Because if you don't, then maybe it isn't for you. But with Buzzsprout, we can create something great together. That's it.
As always, I'm Dylan.
I'm Grant,
I'm James.
I'm AJ.
and this was Between Two Dudes.
Thank you for coming out. We will see you next weekend.
All right, close
And,
out. Kiss, come on.
No, fuck you.
Bring it, boys. Smooch it out.
Okay, bye.
My parents are already mad enough that I have the show, dude.